Hello, and welcome to another episode of the 1.2 podcast. Jack, how's it going?
We back. We
We
back.
we back, but for how long is the question?
Yes.
No, so today is Saturday, July 12th, and guess what just ended?
The week.
The week. That's not incorrect.
Well, it's
Am-
also incorrect. Isn't Friday or Saturday's the end of the week, right?
I think it
Technically
depends on who
Sunday.
you ask. Are you
Or the seventh day. Are
seventh
you
day
seventh
Adventist
day or
or
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Amazon Prime Day.
Amazon Prime Day just
But really
finished.
days, right?
Days, the days of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yes. So Amazon Prime Days just finished. Did you end up ordering anything?
It depends on what you count as me ordering something.
Your
If I
family.
have a joint bank account with my wife, I'm sure she ordered something. I
the,
don't
the
know.
the two become one.
Yes.
So
So
yes,
I would say yes, but I don't know what or
so you would
if.
say likely,
Yes,
highly likely.
likely. Yes.
So you don't talk about your purchases together?
Major purchases, yes, but
Okay. What's a major purchase? Like, what's the dollar amount, that you give each other? That's, if you're going to buy something under this amount,
I
like, we
think
don't need to talk
we
about
probably have different definitions of major.
it. So if you're going to spend $25 or something, you're probably going to say, "Hey, Sarah, should we do
Yep,
this?" And then
yep.
if
And
she
I would say it's
spends
probably
like
like 500.
100,
I would say it's like $500. Yeah. I find
that's
myself always being like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this. Is that okay?" Like I'm asking for
yep,
permission from my
yep.
mom,
Right.
and I know without a doubt, no hesitation that that's not reciprocated.
Yeah, it's going to be, "Hey, I bought this, okay?"
I don't even get that. It just show. I just
It
am
just
picking
shows
up.
up, huh?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing. Like, what's this? What's? Oh, I ordered. Oh, this. It was this. It was this.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
What was the shortest amount, or not the shortest, the longest amount of time it ever took for you growing up to order and receive something?
The longest amount of time.
Yeah, yeah. Because right now, there's like same day delivery.
Yeah, there's something I still haven't gotten.
Okay, well, that seems like a company problem.
Yeah.
Um,
Or I remember getting a jersey once, and it took like 2 months.
okay, okay. So you still had
Yeah,
those
I'm not that young. I'm
experiences.
not that young. I'm
Fair enough. Fair enough. So the first thing we that I remember ordering from any sort of catalog, it was a CD. My
mm,
mom let my brother and I pick out a CD from a record catalog or CD store, magazine. And you had to mail them the check along with the piece of paper that you filled out for
wow.
the CDs that you wanted. And this is, and I'm only 37 years old. I mean, this is not like,
Yeah.
back in grandma and grandpa's day, and so it was probably a good solid 4 weeks before, but I remember being so excited that this was, just incredible. But I guess what I'm getting is, it used to be, the reason you would order things is because they didn't exist in your local store.
Right.
Now, I mean, I can get some things delivered for free faster than I can go to Walmart and buy them, like, after work or, whatever.
Yeah. It's kind of. It's.
Is
I,
is this a problem? Is this a
I
problem?
mean, it's a problem if you make it a problem, which is kind of a easy answer and weird answer and simple answer. But it like I don't think the having the convenience is necessarily problematic. I think it's more ripe to abuse. Um,
Right, right.
but
I mean, this is kind of a tortured analogy, but let's just say, we were a nation of alcoholics,
yeah, that's the
and
first thing I thought of too. So
and let's just say that, we had, you know alcohol delivery
mhm,
service, that was free,
right,
and it didn't cost anything extra. I know you can probably get some things delivered nowadays and all that, but you got to sign for it, and it's like probably costs more. Not really. But let's just say the brands you typically liked were online. You click a button, same day delivery. Hey, here's your case of beer. Hey, here's your bottle of whiskey, whatever.
Hmm.
Do you think that would be helpful to society?
I mean, I don't think it's helpful to society, but I don't think it's inherently bad.
My concern is that we end up buying junk that we don't need.
Yeah, but that's I tend to about everything think about, personal choices, personal liberties,
Mm-hmm.
and so you have to take
Yep.
responsibility over that. And I used the as I was formulating my response to your
Right. Right.
initial question. I used the alcohol analogy in my own head. That's something that, let's say, it's not inherently bad, but it's not good for you, right?
Right.
Like you can
Right.
you can drink alcohol without abusing it,
Right.
right? But the abuse becomes a personal problem, a personal issue. So having access to more stuff at our fingertips to buy isn't necessarily bad, but it is
Mm-hmm.
ripe. It can be bad if we can't control it.
Do you think though that, I mean, okay. Do you think that we buy more stuff that we probably didn't need now than 20 years ago?
Probably.
And do you think that's generally a bad thing?
Depends what you're buying.
Well,
But yes, okay.
I
Let's be
characterize
very
I
let's be
characterize it
very
as stuff,
simple about this.
things
If
that
it
you
is
don't
stuff
need.
that you do not need
Right.
and you are
There's
buying
more.
more of
Yes.
it, then
Yep.
yes, it is a bad thing.
Right. Right. Okay. Now, obviously, the question is, should anyone address it? Is different, right? And when you're
Right.
talking about liberties and things like that, yeah, I think we should be free to buy junk and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm not, you know, it, I'm pretty government hands off, not to get political, but I'm pretty much, yeah, we should be able to do what we want to do. That's the big flag in the background.
I was going to
But
say,
like,
says the man sitting in front of a flag.
um,
Where's the
but
Gadsden flag? Is that back there too?
yeah, it's, right. If it wasn't in a random box in the house in West Virginia, then I probably don't have one. Um, but do you think that there is a level of consumer protectionism that the government should engage in?
No.
Okay, for example,
I mean, yes, but not in this context.
false advertising.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about like, because
I
false
mean,
advertising?
I think like false advertising and like defective products
Okay,
is where I see government's role
do you
and,
think
some sort of consumer protection.
do you think that they do a sufficient job with false advertising right now?
You see, it's hard for me to answer these questions because I'm
Okay,
not
so
really I'm not a
let me give
consumer. I don't buy.
let me give you an example. Okay, leading up to Amazon Prime Day, right?
Yep.
Let's say there is a fishing rod on there for
Hmm.
$100,
Yep.
right? And you're waiting, and then you get to Amazon Prime Day, and you check it, and it says $120 marked down to 99.99.
Hmm.
Amazon Prime deal.
Yeah.
Is that false advertising?
So it was $100. They mark it up, and then now it's $100,
Yes.
and you think you're getting a deal.
Right.
I mean, I think yes, it is, but shame on you for
For what?
doing it, for falling into the trap. I don't think we need to come in and nix that.
Isn't that inherently disingenuous though?
Yeah, but you're the sucker.
so, so so we are free to scam as many people as we want.
I don't really think it's a scam if it's the same price.
You don't think it's a scam?
I mean,
What if it's more? Okay, let's say it's $100 all year round, and then Prime Day comes around and says MSRP 130 now on sale for 110.
yeah, I think that's more of a scam.
Do you think that should be illegal?
Illegal
Why is that more of a scam?
because you're pitching it as a sale, but you're charging people more than they would have any other day of the year.
Oh, shame on you.
Yeah, I think
Should
it's
be
a
the same.
scam, but right. I think it's a scam, but it's not something that I need to be protected from.
Okay.
And if I want to
Okay.
make money doing that, why can't I?
How about these manufacturers that it's like the same factory in Korea or in
Hmm.
China or something, and they pump out 30 different, let's just say, meat grinding, game processing, meat processing, whatever grinders,
Yeah,
and they slap different logos on them. They sell them for various prices. They have like automated bots do reviews, so it looks like they have 700 reviews, and they sell them all in different ways.
I mean you're adding more facts,
Yes, I am.
making it worse.
Okay.
I think I will agree that at some point there's some intervention needed.
Okay.
But I
Now
feel
is
like
that
you're breaking laws though. At some point here you're breaking laws.
okay? Let's take away the reviews where you have
Yeah.
bots or whatever do reviews. I mean, it would be bots or
Right.
people who work for you or whatever. So you're no longer you know doing fake reviews.
And you're just pumping out.
You're just pumping out products, and they all have the same guts to them, but you put a different logo on it, and
I think it goes. I mean, it's to what are you representing this to be? Is my
Mhm.
if you're telling me it's X but it's really Y, that's a problem.
So and I mean this is this is sort of an indictment on myself because this means that I've been looking at all this stuff because I've wanted to buy stuff.
Hmm.
But I'll just use this as an example. Like all of these juicers, I was looking at juicers, right? And they're basically all made at the same factory in Korea and and South Korea, not North Korea. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
Um, but the advertising when you look at this juicer on the page, it says like stronger components than the competitor's brand,
Right.
right? 15% more material than competitor's brand. Like, what's this competitor's? Like, who is? There's no competitor. Like,
Hmm.
it's all made in the same place. Like,
Yeah, but in that instance, you can go and you can look at the differences, right?
it's pretty tough to actually find
Sure.
differences. Um, I suppose they exist. It's bad enough that I can tell a lot of these descriptions were formulated by AI
Yeah.
or at least
Well,
by really bad translators.
I'm sorry, buddy, but you got to get with the times. That's what it's gonna.
Sure, no, I mean that's fair. But basically, so you've got like one guy in an office in this factory who's just making up 10 different brands using AI or even like a small group of people who just type up. You ever see like the manual or something that doesn't like it doesn't clearly it's
Yeah.
clearly a translation
Right.
issue or
Hmm.
whatever. So it's and like all these descriptions for these things, it's like enjoy product more longer, or like enjoy like this product better for good life, or like
Yeah.
it's like these clear, you know. Um, I mean, is that is it's only going to get worse, right?
I have a
So,
solution to
presume.
this all.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we have solutions today. Okay, great.
One word solution.
Oh, probably not going to like it. All right, what is it?
Tariffs.
I said I wasn't trying to get political on this show. Say that again.
Tariffs.
Pause for dramatic effect.
I lean into the microphone. Tariffs.
That's our listeners are gonna just hear that blast through their speakers. Well, there you go. Problem solved. What's the next
Yeah.
topic?
Make
We'll be back right after these messages. Where's that little
Is there like a
cut screen?
yeah cut switch?
We're having technical difficulties at the moment. Jack, I'm losing your. No, so I mean, actually, that is an interesting concept because it's somehow it's political to say we should have tariffs, but it's not political to say the government should protect us or the government should like regulate those things. That's actually very fascinating because I think that you would see people on probably differing ends of the spectrum
Mm-hmm.
politically. Some would say, "Oh, Amazon shouldn't be allowed to let that happen. The government should
Right.
crack down on Amazon or crack down on these," and another group would say, "Oh, if we just had tariffs, then they wouldn't be able to do all that stuff because things would have to be made in America, where there's more product, quality control and more accountability, and you can actually go to the factory and see the people and things like that." So interesting.
I mean, I said it jokingly, but I really did. I mean, I think it is kind of the potential solution. Not
Hmm.
that, not that it's a solution that I necessarily support, but
Right.
it's a
Right.
potential solution or involved in the solution to the
Hmm.
problem. Because you're right. I mean, the what are the realistic solutions? Are you how are you
Yeah.
ferreting out these companies? And I think it's easier
Hmm.
kind of theoretically to go after the Amazons, the Metas,
Yeah. At what
the
point is it the company's
right,
responsibility? I,
right,
I have a really hard time ever saying that it's truly the company's responsibility. They're a marketplace.
yeah.
It's if you go to
But
Walmart, you
so
check
what
the
about
sticker.
this here's a real world example we just had.
Yeah.
So Sarah purchased a um, car seat,
Hmm.
and it's one of those fancy like stroller car seats.
Sure.
So she bought one at, we'll just say Target, whatever,
Hmm.
and then goes on Amazon and sees the same car seat for like $150 less.
Yep.
So she buys it and was
Yep.
like, I'll return the other one once this one comes. This one doesn't come. It's not coming. It's not coming. It's not coming. It's not coming. Finally, reach out to Amazon, do the whole like, this never came.
Yep.
Uh, Long and short of it is, it was a fraudulent
Mm.
scam
Yeah.
product. It
Yeah.
never existed.
Right.
But and it took almost 6 months, but Amazon finally reimbursed us
Hmm.
after like dozens of calls and support emails and stuff. But their policy is that, hey, that's on us. We got scammed. We allowed this into our
Sure.
marketplace,
Right.
and
Right.
so we will reimburse you, and then we will, go
Yeah.
against them for
Right.
if they
For
want
the
it.
500 people who we had
Yeah,
to reimburse or
yeah.
whatever.
So like they take a certain level of responsibility,
Yeah. And that's, they
but
should.
do we? What's the next step? Like, are we? And I don't think it's appropriate to be like, Amazon, you cannot be allowing this to happen. We're going to slap fines on you.
Correct. Correct. I suppose that if there's any sort of oversight or I mean, if people were getting scammed left and right on Amazon, they would stop shopping on Amazon.
Right.
Right. That's the free market approach.
Mm-hmm.
The government's approach would be, yeah, like you said, if you allow this to happen, I think there's two ways you could approach it from a oversight perspective. You could say, well, If this happens, then we're going to fine you. The other would be, well, you have to the law is you have to reimburse the customer within
Hmm.
30 days of the complaint or something like that.
Sure.
You would just have different requirements of refunding and things like that. So there's problems with both, obviously, um, but it,
I
in
don't like
general,
I don't like government. I don't like
yeah,
government.
but
So
wow, we're just getting all sorts of
yeah, it's
political
out
today.
there. If you haven't gotten it yet, I'm outed.
Yeah, yeah. I think unfortunately the flag has long outed me before this, but no, I'm with you. I'm with you. So so it's a problem for society then, right?
Yeah, and take
We just need to
ownership.
we need to stop by. Well, that's the problem is we're taking ownership of too much stuff.
Take ownership of your ownership habits.
That's right. Ultimately, that's I think the biggest issue in this is we are a consumer society. I look around like my house. There's so much stuff compared to when I grew up, and it's
Yeah.
harder to get now. Okay, I grew up out in the woods. Not like we had the access of Walmart. We didn't even have a Walmart until I was like in middle school.
Hmm.
Like a department store. What's that? We had this thing called Hills. We had a Hills department store, which was like not even a quarter the size of a Walmart. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is easier to overconsume. But I think ultimately, yes, that's on us,
Think
right?
about what you can get delivered to your house now that you. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
I think about, and this is not even the most dramatic example, but I think about like a bed and
yeah,
a bed
yeah,
set.
right,
You know,
right.
like in when I was younger, if we wanted to get a new bed,
Hmm.
you'd have to go to the store, and we didn't have a truck at that time. We had a Ford Excursion. We have to
Yeah.
take seats out of the car, and we'd have to, try and load this bed
Hmm.
into our car and bring
Hmm.
it home. Now I can get a bed in a box,
Right. And
and
it
it
just
can,
inflates.
and it's to my door 2 days after I order it,
Yep. Yep.
and I don't have to. I have to lift it from my garage door to my room in the
Right.
box
Right.
and put it
Right.
together in my room, and it's done.
Yep. Yep. No, it's almost a problem. So like there have been things where I've ordered it and the options are like today between
Oh yeah,
5 and 7 or Thursday. And I'm like, I don't really want to wait till Thursday, but I don't need it today. Like I
yeah,
definitely don't need it today. Like
yeah. But those
and
options don't cost. They're this. They don't cost you any difference. It's like,
there's no difference and there's like no middle option
yeah,
sometimes. And so I'm like begrudgingly I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I'll take it today. Like I didn't really intend for someone to have to drive out to my house today.
it's
Kind of,
it's weird because I do a lot of early morning running,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Especially during the week. Talking somewhere between 5 and 6,
right,
and there's never anybody out, and there's never any cars out. That's why I like
right,
doing it.
right.
But there's always like, sometimes I get really creeped out because there'll be like this really slow moving car, and it'll like pull into a driveway like right after I go past.
Right,
And it's
right,
an Amazon delivery, and they're all in their private little
right,
cars, and they're going
right,
slow because they're looking at the address.
right.
And it's like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody
Right.
needs anything right now. Why?
No,
But it.
no. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Is this a bubble? Is the consumerism bubble going to burst, and one day we're all going to wake up and say, you know what? I don't actually need that cell phone stand for my kitchen counter,
Yeah.
and I don't need all this other stuff that I'm getting, and I certainly don't need it today by 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not
It's
optimistic.
it seems like something we're stuck with at this point.
It does. It does. And I mean, in a sense, it's a testament to the strength of our economy and society. That like regular people have access to more today than they ever did before.
Hmm.
Even 20 years ago. Even 20 years ago. For
Yeah.
most of my growing up, you had access to what was in the store in your town.
Right.
Like that was if I wanted to go, let's say buy a suit or buy maybe some tool that was like more specialized or something. We had to drive 1.5 hours, 2 hours to get
Hmm.
to a store that had it. um, and then you were looking at one store. So like,
Right.
and if you didn't like the suits that were in Wheeling, West Virginia, then you had to drive up to Pittsburgh, which is like a 2.5, 3 hour drive if you wanted to go to more than one store that had suits. So you were pretty limited in selection. So you just took what was there, and so things are different. I guess time will tell. We'll get to see.
Yeah. Well, you'll get to see, but uh,
Oh, stop it! Pretty soon you'll be able to order new organs and parts and things on Amazon. They'll just deliver it, install them in your body, and you'll be healthy and right as
there
rain.
you go. There you go.
On that cheerful note,
Be good.
have, have a good one.
Take care.